senses and all my feelings and my power deep inside. My heartbeat is pushing my blood and my veins. The water is turning red. I don't wanna be like a prayer on my knees, buried in the shelter of the night. And I don't beg for a better peace and war. I like to take a prisoner and fight. Dive in the rain of love, where my dreams start to go and my feelings will go into the sky above. I leave my fears down below and I want you to go. The pouring rain is a healer on my pain. The soul of the skies weeping tears. If you are a rising star, you better overcome a storm of fears. Dive in the rain of love, where my dreams start to go and my feelings will go into the sky above. I leave my fears down below and I want you to go.
Connected. Channel switched. User joined your channel.
User. Hi. Doesn't look like Stu's gonna make it, man. That's terrible. His wife getting burnt. Ugh, I hate getting burnt. Ugh.
Did you see me pictures of that midpoint airfield? Who do?
No, I did not. What?
Well, the actual airfield is on the photo scenery, and it's in the valley bottom. The one what you picked as a midpoint is displaced up a mountainside.
Yeah, that's the one we're going to land at, though.
Good luck.
I've done it a bunch, but I don't know. We may change our plans when we get there, eh? So is there another airfield down in the valley?
Well, you can see where it should be in the photo scenery, but it will be... You can see the impression of where it should be. It's about a mile or so before you get to the mountain. The engine's just stopped for no reason.
Okay, you got your throttle open?
User joined your channel.
User? Yeah, these old aircraft, if you don't run them up a little bit or keep the throttle open a little bit, they'll eventually, or alter the mixture. It's running full rich, they'll choke themselves off.
Eagle, do you have a newer version of the BF110? I don't have that one.
Just that. That's the only one I've ever released, I think. The BF110.
Okay.
I think it's in the
Never mind. Too late to install and respawn.
Yellow and red and blue. Oh my. The airplanes look like flying candy.
That's how we feel. At least I do.
Ah.
Sweetheart.
Sorry about the low frame rates. I didn't think about that, but it's not as bad as it could be, I guess.
flashes in a glider, is it a different version of the T50?
There's only one that I know of.
Don't know where. I thought I had that installed. I might have taken it off.
Yes, the T50 and the others have the 8017, which is more or less the same but different versions.
Just noticed I can't see the MP lights so on the AT-17 though. That's odd. I'll have to fix that. Dang it.
I can see them.
Can you? Oh my.
You mean the nav lights? Navigation lights.
The nav lights are I got, but I don't have
Position
any
lights and so on.
I don't have landing lights on the 17. Hey, that's my live. Oh, I can switch to another one.
I'm in the yellow one.
No flash. You're in a T-50. We're in AT-17s. Basically, it's the same aircraft, but I'm not actively developing the T-50 anymore. I changed it to the AT-17, but it's your choice. You can fly whatever you want. You can fly whatever you want, man. Mm-hmm. Who's not ready for a brief? Time is noon, straight up. Weather is core high pressure. Initially, we will hold runway vector, and we're going to climb at 900 feet per minute to 5,000 feet. First destination is Lima, India, Lima Echo. Eagle, you are crazy, Flash. What was your first clue, bro? You don't have to be crazy to do the FGUK flight nights, but it really, really helps a lot. Looking for 130 knots once we get to altitude. Try to get that in the climb if you can. Most of these aircraft should make that. In the 900 foot per minute climb, we should be able to make 130 knots. But Mr. Ali tells me that our midpoint destination is not actually an airport up in the hills, but we'll have to see when we get there what we're going to do. I planned on toughing it out and trying to land at whatever it is, 2,500 feet or whatever, on a short runway heading west into a brick wall, which I've managed to do a bunch of times, but I'll probably screw it up tonight. Who's not ready to go?
We are ready.
Watch me for the roll. That was awkward at 8 FPS. Flaps up, gear up. We'll hold the runway vector and climb just a little bit till we all get assimilated. Holding heading bug 6 degrees. Sphinx, you still got your gear down, bro. Ozzy's on the lead, on flight leader, like, I don't know, like flies on poop or something. Oh, that's cool. Eagle's right in there with that BF-110 G2. Oops, sorry, overspeed a little bit. Backing her off to 130 knots. Climbing through 3,600 on my way to 5K. Still holding heading bug of 6 degrees. Watch me for the turn right to our first destination, which is Lima, India, Lima Echo. Stand by. Mark, slight right turn, 590 degrees. Continue on to 5,000 feet, 130 knots.
Ollie, thanks for the orthos. It's amazing.
What's that? Oh yeah, they are. It's especially if you were flying the one of the older versions and just started with the orthos.
I think we might have done some of this area before, because when I was practicing gathering the scenery, there was already some displaying, but I redid them from scratch anyway.
Well, we've been in Switzerland where we cross into that Lima Sierra Zulu uniform. We've been in that area before, so. Seven minutes. I'm leveling at 5,000 feet. Roughly 7.5 minutes. Our first destination, Lima, India, Lima Echo. I'm at 130 knots, 5,000 feet. GPS FMS is 60 degrees. Oh look, here's somebody in an F-15.
It's Raynox. We haven't seen him for a bit.
I know. Kind of miss him. But I'll reload and try again.
Yeah, it's just weird how sometimes these airports are completely miles out of where they should be, and I don't understand how they get it so much wrong.
I pass. I don't. All of this scenery stuff is like freaking magic to me, man.
Yeah, but it's the actual position, because it's generated a proper runway, but it's about a mile and a half in the wrong place. It's the same at the club I used to be a gliding member of. It's half a mile in the wrong direction, and I can't get it to. But anyway, we have been able to regenerate it using Terrace Master or something. You can't correct it.
So if you actually go to that airport that's in the wrong place, is it a flight gear airport? I mean, does it have lights and all that stuff, or is it just like a picture?
It's got windsock and everything in the runway, but it's just for whatever reason it's just completely wrong. But whatever you try and do to import scenery from somewhere else, it won't have it. And I think the only way is if you now to run this Terra Master, you regenerate it from scratch and put it in the right place. But you got to be a Linux programmer to run the programs.
Yeah, well, that leaves me out.
There used to be a Windows version, but you can't find it now.
Shooting from Sonny's perspective. She seems to be keeping up very well. Woohoo! Okay, we seem to have spotted me, so I'm going to kill the smoke. Eagles flying that BF-110, which is, I know it's not ever going to be popular, but it is one of my favorite aircraft just because of its sophistication and the stop that it did. But when I was developing it, I spent so much time in the cockpit, I put my girl's picture on the dashboard, and Eagle's all like, "Hey man, there's a hot blonde in my cockpit." Mine.
That's why you were choosing this aircraft.
Yeah, you could do better. You could do worse. All right, Are you managing to fly that without a click of flaps, though, Eagle? I didn't think it's like 130 knots. It might. It's got a pretty big wing. Behind, got Sonny right there. Got everybody right there. Ooh, nice tight group tonight. Tight group.
I'm lost too far ahead and frame rates of 5.
Ooh, that's gonna suck to be you.
Well, I'm currently getting about 20 at the moment.
It is really hard to. I've had various problems with this sceneries. Most of the time it seems pretty decent, but some areas, depending on where you look, you're like single-digit frame rates. Like I'm looking behind me right now and getting 6. but it's smooth. It's not freaking out, you know.
It may be that it's having to download loads and loads of roads and buildings and stuff.
I've got the download turned off by now. So during the week when I'm doing developing, I found a what is it? Fiesler Storch, World War II. Fiesler. Thank you. Storch, and been developing that all week. So I just park it at these airports and place the instruments and did this stuff, and it downloads all the scenery while I'm working.
Yeah, well, it's even though I've been to all the airports at least twice, it's downloading stuff.
If you're doing it from scratch, twice doesn't even scratch the surface. I mean, realistically, the only way I found to get it is do TerraSync and just, you know, spawn at all the airports and then try to fly the areas in between, like in like the UFO or whatever. You know, I use various aircraft, some usually jets, so I can fly it multiple times. There's a turn. Ah! Maintain 5,000 feet, 130 knots. New GPS FMS 39er, 39 degrees. 21 minutes out of Lima, Sierra Zulu Lima. Terrain will start to get significant here, so. I like this part of Italy. I like it a lot. Especially with the mountains off to our port side. Fancy pants buildings.
You can see why they had such difficulty in the Second World War.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the terrain alone is like, wow.
Just one mountain after another, and mud and rivers.
Sure is pretty to look at, but I wouldn't want to try to drive through it without a road. Didn't Hannibal use elephants?
Apparently so.
Apparently so. Yeah, I wasn't there. That's before my time.
But that was going across the Alps, so I don't know if that's further north.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, some of these towns are quite intense with their scenery, so that's probably slowing a lot of people down.
Yeah, I've noticed that there's some really impressive buildings.
Yeah, when you get into the mountains as well, there's some hairpin roads going up these mountains. bet they'd be interested in driving.
Ooh, I didn't think about that. I'll have to get the Da Vinci Maserati or the Aventador out. Try to drive some roads. I do like that livery that Flash is flying. That was one of Gary's better ones. GPS FMS 39er, 130 knots, 5,000 feet on the button. Even tower view is a little weird because it's only like 10 FPS, 11 FPS.
So when you go into tower view, which airport does it do it from? Where you set off or where you go into?
Whichever one you're closest to, I believe. But you can set that somewhere, but I never have done it. I mean, you can tell it which airport you want it to use for tower look from. Ooh, this is kind of neat. The topography in the big city off to our slight starboard side, about our 1 or 2 o'clock. Sphinx, what happened, man? Your face planted there, brother.
This is Lago Maggiore already.
That's weird, shooting from Oswald's perspective. I don't have an aircraft. Oops. That won't end well. Oh, that was too slow of a speed to try to aileron roll that thing, dude.
I've got the moving map on another computer at the side of me. Doesn't help because OSM's got all the names in the local lingo on it. They're very hard to decipher. Who's doing the scarabatic then?
That's Eagle. Ain't no fun flying warbirds if you can't make them scoot.
This aircraft can get too fast very quickly.
Okay. Yeah, scenery here is beautiful. That's what we're here for. Love this part of the world. Originally, I was going to do a thing in Africa and check out Kilimanjaro and all that stuff, but just not enough cool stuff to look at.
In the magazines, they also have pictures of like the Dolomites, you know, in the travel sort of sections. They look quite cool. Have we done flights there?
The what?
They tell it Dolomites. It's the big mountains and snow.
Ooh.
It's like Switzerland, but maybe a little bit further south than Switzerland.
Southeast, south of Austria.
I don't think there is any bad scenery in the Alps, is there?
No, I've been to Austria and Switzerland and I didn't want to come home.
Oh my. Just because of the scenery, or?
Oh yes, it's just a different place. You know, they're so organised and, you know, it's just chalk and cheese really.
Yeah, my parents twice did a world tour for like months when they were just newly retired, and first time they just went everywhere, like in the UK and EU, and then they, like 4 or 5 years later, they went back and just went to the places they wanted to go. It's like some places they didn't care to go back to, and some places were like, no, we're going to spend an entire week in Germany, we're going to spend an entire week in Austria, we're going to spend an entire week in, you know, this place or that. But some other places like, nah, we don't care, I'm not going there.
I like to go to Switzerland. Haven't been there for quite some years.
About 20 years ago, I was working at a company and we bought a machine and it came from Switzerland, and managed to get 3 trips to Lake Lucerne area to go and see the company, and twice we had to go to sign it off.
All I ever got was trips to California.
Luckily it was, you know, Lake Lucerne. It's a very pretty place. The first trip, it was like a sales trip, you know, and they took us out to, you know, spending money on us to butter us up and take us to mountaintop restaurants in the middle of July overlooking the lake. The second trip was in February and it was a bit miserable and the machine wasn't working properly, so we had to go back again in the summer, and it was absolutely beautiful. When we went on across the lake, up a rack and pinion railway, which is the steepest one in Europe, up to this mountaintop thing. You know the thing in the James Bond film, Manchester Sig? It wasn't that one, but it looked very similar. And then the cable car back down the other side. And it was
I'm afraid I wouldn't want to go home either.
Well, we had to get back to Zurich to get the plane home. But as soon as you get back to Manchester, you're back in the grot.
Ugh.
And did you buy the machine?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we bought it and we had it running and stuff. But it was because what we wanted it to do was we were first people tasked for it, and so we had to go and make sure it was doing what we wanted.
They are very good in these tiny machines, the watches.
Yeah, well, this was a wire stripping machine what they use in car factory to make car harnesses, and we wanted it integrating with an inkjet printer, so when it made the wire, it printed the wire number and further information on each end of the wires, which is the first time anybody's ever asked for that.
Makes it easy to troubleshoot when things ain't working right.
Well, it was so the unskilled people could put into a machine panel. It told them where to go from and to, and stop it doing their own thing.
Okay, let me look at my notes here because I think I'm gonna get us in trouble.
But it didn't do us any good because the company got sold off to China.
Duh!
Your company or the Swiss one?
No, the company I worked for, it was a really good company to work at, and the management decided they were going to sell it or give it to the Chinese, and they just run it into the ground, made everybody redundant. It took 13 years to sort out the pension scheme, but the machines is just made under a different name in China now.
That's a shame.
But the way they closed the factory down, it wasn't a nice way they did it.
Money changes everything.
Well, that's why it probably was, because it was a very sort of family-orientated place initially. But the sons of the owner probably wanted their money so they could live a playboy style of life.
Yeah, we came to the point. I don't know what decade was that?
20 years ago.
So right around
Well,
2000.
The guy what started the company started it when he was 77 in his garage. And he was still going, and he was 100 and odd, but he moved to Canada, and his son took it over, and they were there every day, and he'd come to the canteen and sit on your table and stuff. But I think his kids wanted to just smelt the money.
Well, 20 years ago, the primary business objective was build a better mousetrap, build a better product, be a more integral company, and you'll automatically make the money. And now it's all about just flim flam and chisel. I don't think a lot of these companies are just owned by multi-millionaires, billionaires. I think they're just interested in making money. They don't really give a shit about making a product or producing. They don't have any pride in craftsmanship.
Well, I'll say the founder of the company started it when he was 77. He invented a conversion kit to go on. We made textile machines, and he invented something that would bolt on to thousands of these machines all around the world, what improved the quality and the output. So that's how he initially made his money.
Yeah, he made his money making things better, making a better product.
Yeah, well, we made carding machines for cotton, and they've been making these machines since Victorian times, and they all work in the same sort of manner. But he invented these things what just improve the quality so much more.
Cool.
Weirdest thing, voodoo. We had because cotton's big in America. We had an American part of the group They're called Crossrail Link. And every now and again, you used to get these southern gentlemen come from Mississippi or wherever, and the accents you never believe you thought they were making it up.
It's kind of like
Can imagine that.
it's kind of like the Scots in Glasgow. It's like, what?
Yes, first time we had this guy who used to come over once a year, whatever. I just thought it was a made-up accent from a film or something. But it was from where they grow the cotton down in the south somewhere.
Yeah, their true Southern accent is extremely eloquent and well-spoken, or it was years ago. If it's rural, it can sound like well, I'm sure it's everywhere. It's the same in the world, where if you're not going to use the language correctly.
There's Locarno and Ascona down there.
A what?
Locarno, where the next airfield is, and Ascona,
I love Lucano.
the towns for the rich and the beautiful people who go to Switzerland.
Well, see, we're here. Look at that. What's that say? We got the beautiful people anyway.
Yeah, of course. With beautiful planes. Like candies.
Flying candy. Blue ones and red ones and camouflage ones. Oh my.
I've been to holiday in a side valley some years ago, which was very funny because the richer people who had in the Alps up in the mountains, there are little huts. They went up with helicopters, not by foot, not by trekking.
I suppose that saved a lot of craziness, eh?
My family was a bit furious about all the noise, and I was looking up and loving the helicopters.
Oh yeah. Well, that's obnoxious. No, it's cool. It's cool. All right.
That's it.
Headed for Lima, Sierra Zulu Lima. We're going to make a right turn, and then we're going to have to climb a little bit because we got to get over some high stuff. So watch me. Here's the
No,
turn.
it's Tessin, Sonny.
Excuse me, I was
Southern
wrong.
Switzerland. Italian-speaking people, but Switzerland.
New heading, GPS FMS 30. We're going a 900 foot per minute climb now. Mark. Maintain 130 knots. GPS FMS 30, please. This is where Stuart always says, 900 foot per minute climb to what? I'll let you know when to stop. Ooh, looking behind me is gorgeous. Oh my goodness.
The only problem with helicopters in the mountains, I once went on a windsurfing course in Greece, and one of the instructors, he was in the British team for paragliding. And he used to be a ski instructor in the winter and windsurfing in the summer. And he says he was near Mount Blanc. And
Climb, kids.
yeah, just about to run into a mountain then.
Yeah, don't
And he
do
said
that.
he saw somebody new, somebody in a paraglider hit a helicopter coming up the valley from below, and he went through the rotor blade.
Oh! Is he okay? Is he okay?
I don't know. I doubt it.
Splat. Tap, tap, tap,
But
tap,
it-
tap.
But the instructor, he said he saw it, because he, when he was ski instructing, he was paragliding off Mount Blanc.
Level at 8,000 feet.
So did you say leveling out at 8,000?
Leveling at 8,000 for now. GPS FMS 32 degrees, 130 knots. This next destination is not far away. God, this scenery looks good. I say that every week. I gotta stop blabbering about it. Next destination, Lima Sierra, Mike Lima. But it's only about a minute out. Got my smoke on. Let's go ahead and go to 9,000 feet. There's Eagle. There's Sonny. Mark, there's the turn. New GPS FMS 104. We're looking for 9,000 feet. 130 knots. Midpoint destination Lima, India, Lima, Oscar. 13 minutes or so. We're going to level at 9,000 feet. Then I'm going to start changing headings on you. We're going to actually fly past the airport and settle in about 3,000 feet. Try to land on this airport. I've actually been able to do it fairly consistently in these aircraft, but there's alcohol involved now, so
I hope my frame rate will go up till then.
Sonny's got it made. She's got a chopper. That BF-110's gonna play hell, brother. Actually, it does pretty good on short stuff, but
Indicated airspeed 150, ground speed 180, frame rates better 10.
Whoa.
Are you using a different weather model? Because you got a lot more ground speed than me.
I put advanced weather to constant, that it doesn't make much change on the way.
Ran out of scenery.
It makes landing difficult.
It'll make it impossible. Let's refresh something. I'm not brave enough to try to reload scenery. We'll give it a minute now. Uh-oh.
You're
Well, that
very
was
close
weird.
to a mountain.
That was weird. I just ran out of fuel. The engine stopped.
I had the same problem in Ducano.
Yeah, it's because I did not lean my engines out or limit the. Hang on. There I go. Still don't have any scenery, but sorry, I'll have to catch back up if this shoves me way behind. I got no scenery. God, I'm frozen. Shit. That might be it for me, kids. Shit.
You want us to land at Lima, India, Lima, Oscar, is that right?
Roger that. Landing at Lima, India, Lima, Oscar. I may just have to spawn there because I tried to reload my scenery and now I'm just locked dead. Get landed at the airport. There's a nice park up place to the south side. come on.
Still frozen?
Yeah, I'm stuck. I'm done. I mean, it may come back, but it ain't gonna come back. The only way to land at this airport, you guys, is to go off east 90 degrees until you get a couple miles out from the airport. You want to be at about 3,000 feet, and then you want to turn right to 270, slow down, and get yourself in landing attitude. Shouldn't be that difficult. The runway's pretty long. Like I said, the only problem is if you overrun it, you will run into the mountains. So if you come in about 90 knots or something like that, you should be fine.
Yeah, well, I just crashed because I had no ailerons.
What?
Yeah, my rudder were working and the elevators, but no ailerons.
That's gonna make a problem.
It is when you're approaching mountains.
Sounds like a control issue, control stick issue. I'm just going to go ahead and respawn at the midpoint airport, you guys. This is fruitless. Bad.
Welcome back.
Oh, you guys are doing this just right, man. Heading east. Go east. Ooh, good scenery now.
You're right, Ollie. The original aircraft is the scenery as well. The original airport.
If you're flying up the valley, you should overfly the...
The alternate. Oh, I see it too. The other airport down in the valley. Valley's so low.
Well, I've just tried twice to take off from the midpoint and it won't. It just turns off the runway and it's the mountainside.
Flash. Ah.
I'm spawning at the next airport, Lima, India, Delta Tango. I'm flying backwards.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man. Flash has got his T-50 diving to the ground. Oh, dude, you're way too freaking fast, brother. Flaps, 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 flaps. And I don't mean your arms either. Oh, God. Alright, go around, pull up, pull off, go around. Oh my God, stall! Ah! Next. Here comes the voice of reason, Oswald. Oh my goodness. Nice approach. He slowed down, got his flaps down. The low, but he'll be okay.
I don't see the airport.
No, you see that black streak to your right?
Yeah.
It's right there. Head for that black streak. You're gonna have to climb. What's your altitude? Because you're below the level of the You're below the level of the airport.
Threshold.
Yeah, you need to be up about like 2,800 to 3,000 feet.
Oh, I see the runway.
Look at you, clever boy. Flash has survived. Piece of cake for Sonny. It's just another walk in the park for Helicopter Girl. Sonny says, I don't see what the big fuss is. Yeah, no scenery. That'll suck. You can't land without scenery, brother. Eagle puts it down. Brakes, brother. Brakes, brother. Brakes, brother. Brakes. Ah! Oh, shit. You did it. Oh, or maybe not. Maybe. I don't know if you're stuck in the wall there or not. No! Sonny surveys Eagle's wreckage with a wry smile. Should have flown to Chopper now.
Frame rate's 5, I go around.
Oh God. Well, if you haven't actually done it before, the first time is like, it's like like I said earlier, you need to practice a little bit because just doing this cold is like really unnerving.
I hope during the go-around it will have downloaded all the stuff and I can go with a better frame rate.
Eagle, if you hit Control R and go back a little bit, I think you can make another shot at this. And I don't think there's any crash code in that 110. I could be wrong.
Let your light shine bright tonight at the end of the year.
You'll have to stop, Porky, or you'll be in the wall.
Bells are ringing, children
Well, I don't know. He seems to be doing pretty damn well, eh?
far away. It's the time of the year. You can see it bright and clear. That Santa
I'm waiting for Ray Knox to have a go on his F-15.
I've got him on ignore, so I don't care.
the angels are singing, the sleigh bells are
Ooh, that approach looks good, Ozzy.
coming, the reindeers are running,
Thinks he's just about to hit a mountain.
and a happy new year.
One with terror.
Ooh, boom. Oh, Ozzy looks good this time. You got scenery, mate?
Music, there is laughter, coming home to see our
Concentrating. Shut up, Voodoo.
and underneath the tree is some candy for you and a little present too.
Ooh, that looks good, Ozzy.
The angels are singing, the sleigh bells are ringing,
Gear down, gear down.
Santa is coming, the reindeers are running. Merry Christmas and a happy new year.
Your gear's not down. Ozzy, your gear's not down. Oh, God.
Why not? That's a
my,
shame.
That's my trick. It's, I got it made. Ah, shit. Okay, you guys.
Either I'm not running to the mountain. I haven't
Yeah,
run to the
exactly.
mountain.
Yeah, you just did a belly landing. Cool. You can probably walk away from that one. All right, get yourselves reset at Lima, India, Lima, Oscar. L-I-L-O. Look at you. Try it again. Good boy. Practice makes perfect. I got to go pee and get something to drink, and I will be back, and we'll see about getting out of here. Heading to
Gear
our
down.
next system. There you go. Look at you. And now you know why I take the crash code out of this stuff. No pressure, all eyes on Ozzy. Oh, look at you, clever boy. Clever boy.
Ah, that was good.
Oh, well done, mate. Woohoo! Oh, and it looks so good from up here, too. I'll be back in a minute, kids.
All the big
User joined your channel.
Listen to the melody in every single word I speak. It can warm your heart, makes me be a part of you. Ooh. Everybody ask me what will be. Everybody wants to know from me. They're just asking, never listen to what I say. They're just talking without joining me day by day. Although anything is easily explained to you, there's no show my emotions are all too true. I'm neither acting or I'm changing personality. Won't you listen? Have you ever tried to live without? Did you ever know what it's all about? It's the sound of the wind that is blowing my mind. It's the beat of the earth making me sleep at night. Even when I'm down and think I'm gonna lose control, music's on, it shows that nothing is impossible. It fills your soul and my mind with harmony. Ooh. Listen to the melody. Listen to the song I sing. Find a world you've never been. To inspire you, let your dreams come true. Oh, ooh.
Yep, I'm out here. Come on, let's get lined up. We gotta go.
not drunk. My frame rates are awful.
I know, it's horrible. I'm at 8, but it's smooth, so. Oh, he's gonna try to go. Oh no, pull back on the stick. You're falling off the edge. There you go. Whoa, 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 don't choke it. Oh, dude. All right. Same plan. We're going to climb at 900 feet per minute to 10,000 feet. Initially, we're going to hold runway vector of 90 degrees. Next destination is, I don't know what it is. It's Lima, India, Delta Tango, LIDT. Got to go to 10,000 feet, 130 knots. BF 110, go, dude, go, go. I'm up easy peasy. I'm up easy peasy. I'm 30 knots, climbing through 2,500 feet on my way to 10K. I'm holding a heading bug of 90 degrees, which is actually a true heading of 95. Got my smoke running. Catch up. Get up here. Come on. There's a true heading 94 degrees, climbing through 3,400 on my way to 10K, 900 feet per minute, 130 knots. Next destination is Lima, India, Delta Tango, Matarello. Matarello? Matarello?
Martello.
Matarello. 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 $53 nautical miles. Flash. Hey, Ozzy, your gear's down, bro. .130 knots GPS, or excuse me, heading bug is 90, actually 94 degrees true. Climbing through 5,500 feet on my way to 10,000 feet. Size perspective. Climbing through 7,200 feet, 130 knots. Heading bug 90 degrees, 94 degrees true. Looking for 10,000 feet, 130 knots. You guys are seemingly forming up pretty good. Porky's Commander. Ooh, nice perspective there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Frame rates seem better, as do lags momentarily. I probably just jinxed it. Shush. Climbing through 9,000 feet on my way to 10,000 feet, 130 knots. I'm ready to level off here in about 800 feet. GPS FMF is 99er, but we are presently on a heading bug of 90. Watch me for the slight right to GPS FMS 99er. My mark, stand by. 99 degrees, stand by. Mark, turning slight right, 99 degrees, continue to 10,000 feet, hold 130 knots, please. Thank you. And don't forget to enjoy the freaking scenery, because oh my god, clearing this ridge and looking down and to the right is fabulous.
I love every single picture.
It's unbelievable. I mean, it's unbelievable that it just writes this stuff on the fly, isn't it? I mean, the guys with the X-Plane are like, oh, our stuff's way better than that. Okay, if you say so.
Is it?
I don't know, I don't fly X-Plane.
There's a lot more people developing the airports, and the buildings are a little bit more realistic.
Yeah, but does it, but from our perspective, from where we're at 10,000 feet, does it look that much better than what we're looking at? Because this is pretty good.
Yeah, they were doing this before we were in flight gear. And you can download masses of it already done by other people.
So they are way ahead.
Yeah, and the other thing that they can do as well is they seem to use, because FlightGear is all open source licensing and jobby, but in X-Plane they use Google, Bing, whatever. So if you get a picture what's got clouds in it, you go to a different provider and you can take the clouds out by mixing and maxing the the satellite pictures. And also they tend to use really super duper quality around the airport and wean it off in between.
Oh, that makes sense.
Is it only professionals who work for X-Plane? It's commercial, isn't it?
Well, yeah, they pay for all that, so.
Well, there is commercial what make the models, but the people doing the scenery are normally amateurs.
Yeah, just aficionados.
There will be that you can buy commercial airports which are done by, they are super duper with every bloody detail to the nth degree, but there's a lot more people actually working on the scenery and stuff.
Level at 10,000 feet, 130 knots, GPS FMS 100. We are about 13 minutes out of Lima, India, Delta Tango. We're running a little late, but I think we can still make all our destinations.
Because every one of the airports we land at or take off from, I download the XP airport file, which is meant to get all the corrections in for the taxiways, and you can see what work people have been doing on the airport, putting the right number of lights in and fences and stuff like that.
God, well, kudos to those people. That's way tedious.
Well, they have a scenery portal, and people adopt a particular airport, and they work on it, and then people know they are already doing it.
It's a bit of a mixture of the of Flight Gear and Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's not only commercial.
Well, I've played X-Plane or ran X-Plane before and really thought about buying into it, but I got so involved in Flight Gear UK and the Flight Gear model, I learned how to do everything. I just like the way Flight Gear is. It's more tedious and it's slower, but in the end I think the product will be just as good, if not better, for a lot less money.
Well, you could get X-Plane and it's only 45 quid or something like that. But the problem I found is when you add all the scenery on, it takes half an hour or 3/4 of an hour to load it up, because it does all that front-ended.
Ugh. See, I like what we're doing here. It looks good enough.
So with my old machine, I haven't really played with it with my different machine.
Plus, is the multiplayer environment as developed and explained as we are?
I never heard anything about that side of it.
I mean, this is my bag, is being able to build my own aircraft my own way, share them, fly them with other people. I'm not giving that up. That's my gig, is the sharing, group hug type thing. Because otherwise it's just a game.
Yeah, well, people do all that. They develop aircraft, they develop the airport scenery, and they develop the scenery, like this, the photo scenery and stuff. But there is a lot more in the libraries. There's tons and tons of libraries you can download with all the models already made for airports and stuff. But we are using XP files. What our problem is, they're 10 years old. That's why the sceneries in places out of date.
The other thing we got to do is get rid of OpenGL. It's just a limited graphics engine. It's never going to compete.
Does anybody look backwards?
Yeah, all the time. What's up?
Well, before we crested that last ridge there, it was awesome.
Oh, the scenery here is unbelievable. I picked this flight, but it's like Ozzy said. It's just like every picture you look at, every frame is like remarkable.
With that frame rate, there's plenty of time to look at every frame.
Actually,
yeah, I got between 6 and 18.
I'm back to double digits now, so.
And last time I played on X-Plane, I think it has its own kind of graphics engine, Vulkan or something like that. So I think using OpenGL.
I found something interesting in my NVIDIA settings just this last week, and I loaded up new drivers, and then got experimenting, which I always do, and look and go, hey, there's a place where I can put this thing and do automatic tuning, where I put it in the automatic mode and it monitors whatever process I'm using, which would be flight gear, and then it adjusts my clock speeds and voltages. It actually overclocks my graphics processing to give me the best stuff. And I think it's actually, I don't think it's really given me any more FPS, but shit's not jerking and grabbing and stalling except for, earlier. And I don't think that had anything to do with graphics. I think it's just too much stuff. But I'm pretty impressed with this graphics card.
Yeah, well, I've been
What is
getting.
it?
RTX 2020? 2080.
Right, yeah.
2080.
So you're rich then.
RTX 2080. Now, a couple of years ago, I got tired of screwing around and built this computer when I still had money. Went to a place and said, this is what I want. I want this motherboard. I want this motherboard. I want this processor, and I want this graphics card, and I want this power supply, and I want this crate and case, and this fans, and this water GPU cooler, and blah, 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 blah. And they built this thing to spec for me. It took them about a week. Wasn't cheap, but if I look at comparable machines like from, Asus or whatever, it would have been twice what I paid to have these guys build this thing. And it's never given me a lick of problem. Guy called me a week later when they built it and goes, hey, your computer's ready to go. Oh, cool. And I'll stop by on the way. He says, yeah, we're going to have to pry it out of the hands of the techs. I said, why? He says, well, they gave it a name. They've been running it nonstop because it smokes.
Well, I bet last week I was getting adverts from the local computer mail order place where I've bought bits from in the past, and they had the NVIDIA 4050, about 1250 for them, just for the graphics card.
The stuff's gone way up since I built this computer. Oh shit, this thing's probably obsolete by now, but it, you know, I can upgrade the graphics card and it's still perfectly viable.
Well, I think what was putting the price up is when everybody was doing this Bitcoin mining, they were buying loads of graphics cards and running them to generate Bitcoin somehow. So, you know, they were going barming, having rooms full of graphics cards all running on their own.
I don't know how that works. I got my money stuck in mutual funds and bonds and stuff, and I'm just happy. I don't understand Bitcoin, but I'm sure it will become the dominant currency here pretty quick.
Well, I'm looking at some of the videos on YouTube, and they had all these machines, graphics cards, and they run some kind of program, and it just generates the coins. But you have to run it's like having like a room full of millions of computers running all the time to make the Bitcoins.
So how does a Bitcoin have value if it's virtual?
Well, I think it's invented currency, and somebody said there's only ever going to be so much of it in the future, but you've got to create it by running these little programs. And if you can be bothered to do it, you make the currency, then you can transfer it and use it to buy stuff.
In the short term, I think I'll stay with what I'm doing.
So do I.
Yeah, I mean, I'll wait. I'm old. I'm conservative. I mean, fiscally conservative.
But I think we're getting to the stage where it was costing more in electricity to make the Bitcoins.
I looked down and left.
Oh,
I wonder how the Bitcoin makers work with 2 FPS.
Well, they're not actually running they're only running very low level programs, you know, what's all code.
that little lake down there, Porky.
Which one, the far left or just the left?
Yeah, I'm just looking like at about 11 o'clock and down.
Well, there's another one just disappearing behind the headland.
Oh, I got it. Oh my god.
I'm too far away, you have to look from my perspective. There, it's gone now.
Yep, you just overflew it.
It's like these roads on these mountain tops. Why bothered going that way when you got valley bottoms to go around?
Hey, it's Italy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Italy. 2 minutes and 2 seconds out of Lima, India, Delta Tango, maintain 10,000 feet. We'll call out the new heading, but it's not far to our final destination. We are going to cut left. I don't remember the... Stand by. Final destination runway heading is 256. So when we pass this intermittent waypoint, the Lima India Delta Tango, we're going to cut southish a little bit until we line up at runway heading of 256. So just watch me, I'll call it out.
We landed Lima India Delta Tango.
Landing at Lima India Delta Alpha.
Okay.
Not very far. We got 15 minutes. I think we're going to be fine because we're only seconds out of Lima India Delta Tango.
I'm way back right now.
You're in the way back. Oh, yes, you are.
But this aircraft is very fast, so I'll catch up.
Well, you got to lean things out, limber things up.
I'm way back because of frame rate issues.
There's our turn, gents, ladies. New GPS FMS 116. Maintain altitude and airspeed 130 knots. I'll call you out a new heading here to get us aligned with our new runway. Because I'd like to make this just smooth. You know what I'm saying? Turning right, heading bug 141. Heading bug 141. Maintain 10,000 feet, 130 knots temporarily. Oh my goodness. It's another one of these things to look down and to our left. Oh.
That's pretty good.
Oh my.
Can you just say what heading you're on, because everybody's going off to...
Present heading 145 true, heading bug 141. 10,000 feet, 130 knots. We're about 5 minutes and 30 seconds out of final destination. We get into this valley here. We're going to overfly into a valley. We're going to descend at 1,000 feet per minute, maintaining airspeed. I'll call out the new heading. You need smoke? Smoke. Good.
Yeah, I think the only main problem with flight gear is because it's all developed with people who are Linux users. It's very hard to do any of the work yourself, converting stuff and...
Arrogant Linux aficionados, as it were.
Yeah, but they'll give you all these commands, where you're downloading stuff, and then they'll give you one for Windows, and it'd be obsolete and don't work anymore.
Exactly. It's just like, it's like speaking two different languages that don't correspond.
Yeah, have a look at that F-15 having a cobra all the time.
Descending at 9, we're going to descend at 1,000 feet per minute. My mark, we're going down to about 3,000 feet. Stand by. Maintain heading bug 141, 130 knots. Stand by. Mark, descending at 1,000 feet per minute to about 3,000 feet. I think. I may change my mind. Didn't write a lot of notes. I've had a bad week. Oh, God, this scenery is fabulous.
It's good. It's like that midpoint airport. I could find it in the scenery where it should be. Then when I went on the internet to find some actual proper pictures, yes, it was there.
Have you tried to land there?
Well, when I was practicing, I was flying the helicopter, so yes.
Great. Turn left, GPS FMS 76 degrees. Mark. Continue descending at 1,000 feet per minute. Oops. GPS FMS 6766. There's our airport. Continue turning left a little bit. Bug 55. Actual runway vector is 76 degrees. Stay with me, kids. Trimming speed to 110 knots. Stand by. Mark. Slowing 110, you're maintaining a vertical speed of minus 1,000 feet per minute. Present heading 55 degrees, heading bug. Looking for GPS FMS of what, 76? Yeah. You guys see the airport? How about no, Voodoo?
Yeah, after 11 o'clock.
Roger that, roger that. No, actually, it's to our right now. We're a little high yet. I'm too high, man. Sonny sees it.
Off course.
I'm manual. Follow Sonny. She knows where she's going. I got popped. Smoke popped. 110 knots descending. Oh, we're right on time, kids. Oh my God, I'm a genius. No, no, I'm a stable genius.
Did you see Mr. Muss's rocket blow up?
Yeah, but you know, it's not that big of a deal. They got all the telemetry and stuff. The biggest thing was getting it up there and getting the stage to separate. If it blows up now, they're like, we'll fix that in a mix. Must be nice to have millions of dollars to invest, eh?
Is that the Super Heavy?
Yep.
32 engines, and about quite a few of them want working, making it go off to one side, I would imagine.
I don't
Or
remember,
shake.
don't
Fucking
remember
Linux.
how high it went, but it went to stage separation and then flipped out and they blew it up. Story of my life.
Well, Mr. Branson's pulled out, hasn't he, with his?
Pull out. Pull out. Runway in sight. Flaps down. Gears down. 90 knots approach. Dingy, 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 dingy. Boing. Park up on the left, kids. Look at you. Oh, I just got a commander up the butt.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay, I enjoyed it. I'm okay.
It's a bit rough at first.
Yeah, well, use some lube the next time.
Yeah, watching a film. Is this typical voodoo Americans having a band practice and too much wacky back and stuff, and one of them gets shagged by an horse and ends up bleeding to death.
Oh, that's not funny.
It's called The Death of Dick Long. It's meant to be based on a true story.
Don't hit me. I mean, please don't hit me.
This was a nauseating landing. Too high, slide slip with a frame rate of 5.
Oh man, frame rate's that low.
I'm down.
You're screwed. The only thing that makes it worse is if
I'm
you're
not
flying
screwed,
a
I'm
chopper.
down.
Yeah, but you're still screwed. I mean, it would have been so much nicer if it was like 30 FPS or something.
Yeah, okay.
I love this skid.
Very close.
Very close now. Yes, we're very close friends. Can't believe Eagle made that BF-110 all the way here without... Were you flying with a click of flaps down, man? That's pretty impressive. That Commander Porky wants to be your friend. He's under your chin. You like kitty cat. Meow.
There's a bloody glider there.
Good night,
So
Eagle.
they're
Mwah.
restarting.
Somebody over there doing donuts. Sonny always makes it look easy. Eh. I'm surprised somebody else didn't bring helicopters for that midpoint landing, but anyway, well done, kids. Well done. Look at you.
Thanks, Voodoo.
Thank you. So here's where we ask the question in case somebody else wants to run next week. Who wants to take next week's flight? Da 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 da.
Voodoo.
Sir.
No, Voodoo.
Oh. I got it. No problem. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming, Flash. Wow.
That's what you get for being retired.
Screw me. Oh, I spent the week this week. I picked up a cool model of a Stork aircraft. I mean, the thing stalls at like 30 miles an hour or 30 knots, something like that. I got it up and flying, got instruments in it, and I'm like, oh my god, this is cool. But next week, maybe not so funny because Mama's got to have surgery on Monday, so we'll see how that goes.
There is a fresher stock in the standard flight gear models.
Yeah, it's a JSB sim and it sucks. In my humble opinion,
Well, good luck to Mrs. Voodoo.
that should be fine. We're finally getting to the point where we're getting this renal failure thing put into order. So, I mean, I'm so anxious I can't eat, but this is the way to go. We got a plan and we got smart people and we're going there. We're going to get her done. We're going to get this thing fixed.
All the best to her.
Cool.
Love you guys.
Good luck, Mrs. Voodoo.
Thanks, you guys. All right, I'm going to kill the video. Say good day, Mom.
Good night, everybody.